Hello and welcome to Growing Together Westcliff. My name's Annette, in case you don't know me, and this afternoon we're going to be talking about herbs, and we're going to be sowing some parsley seeds. And hello there, if you are watching, say hello. So we're going to be sowing some parsley seeds, and we're going to be propagating some rosemary by sort of stem layering. This might be a different technique for some of you. And then we're going to end the session off by going to see the chickens, because I all know you like to see the chickens. Hello Marie, nice to hear from you. How are you this afternoon? Yeah, hope you're well. Okay, so I've got a few herbs in front of me. You might recognise we've got some parsley here, and we're going to sow a few of those seeds in a minute or so. It's very nice. It's quite good for a parsley sauce. There's which is essentially a white sauce with parsley added. Oh, I'm glad you're okay, Marie. It's lovely to know. And also, it's good as a garnish. And this is probably my favourite herb. This is sort of basil, and this is the sort of classic Italian. You can get sort of cinnamon basil and lemon basil, all sorts of different ones, but to be honest, I actually think the classic one is the best. And here we have lemon balm. If you just kind of tear the leaves and smell that, it smells lovely. Hello Clive. Yeah, it's a bit colder today, but because I'm in the polytunnel, I don't really mind it being a bit colder, because it can get very warm in here. And the wind has settled down a bit, but you might be able to hear the builders in the background. Hi Jules. Here we have some mint. This is that sort of a normal spearmint, and we have this one, which is a lot of people's favourites, but I'm afraid you can't actually smell it, can you, on this? But this is actually a sort of a chocolate mint, so it's kind of like minty with a sort of hint of chocolate, a bit like After Eights, and it's quite subtle, but it's particularly nice. And here we have some rosemary. Hi Rob, nice to hear from you, hope you're well. Some rosemary, we're going to be sort of layering that in a little bit. But I don't know about you, but when I was growing up, there weren't, obviously I'm probably a bit older than some of you out there, but there weren't really a lot of herbs around. I can remember my mum asking me to sort of pick a sprig of parsley or mint from the garden. But beyond that, we didn't really grow many herbs. But the good thing now is that they're a lot more popular, and you go along to the supermarket and you can buy things like basil and coriander quite easily. So I think that's got to be good. And so I know a lot of you out there haven't got gardens, so sort of good things for growing on your windowsill are sort of the parsley, the basil, chives as well is another good one, and coriander. So there's lots of things you can grow, and they're nice to add to your, bolognese sauce or your curries. They're really good. So, parsley is quite a tricky one to sort of get going, germinating. It takes quite a while. So I have a little trick with that one that some of you might know, some of you might not. So I'm just going to quickly show what we do. So here's some we did earlier. They did these on I think the 27th of, it looks like January, so that's quite a little while ago, yeah. So what I do is, so this is quite a good sized pot to grow it in. This is like a 9cm pot. So I filled this pot up with some compost just below the top there, and I use another pot just to level it down. And this is the little trick. What I'd normally do is just water this with cold water, but because parsley's quite slow to germinate, what I do is I put some hot water on here. So I've actually got some hot water. I just boiled up a kettle earlier. So if you've got children, obviously probably best you do this bit. You don't want anyone sort of handling hot water. So I'm going to put my gloves on. And here I've got some nice sort of hot water. I've been keeping it warm there. And what I'm going to do, I don't think you can see the steam. I'm just going to pour some hot water over there. I'm going to do this down below, because I don't want hot water running off the bench onto me. So I'll just water this down here. I might not be able to see me. nice good soak. Just letting it soak through. And I don't think you can see the steam. There you go, just some hot water. And then what I do is, so that feels lovely and warm, very nice. And then I'm going to just sprinkle my little seeds in there. So parsley seeds are quite small. Put that few, and I'm going to sprinkle them all around the top of the pot. I hope you're all well. We've had some really nice sunny days, haven't we? Sort of really quite warm days, and it went cold a couple of days ago, but I hope you've been enjoying the nice weather. I'd say the good news is from Wednesday, well that's tomorrow, isn't it? We'll be able to get out and about a little bit more, do a little bit more exercise. So might be able to go to the park a couple of times a day if you want to. That's good. So I sprinkle my seeds all around the pot. So that feels really warm there, it's actually quite nice. And I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of compost over the top. I've got some out here. Just put some, make sure it's nice and fine. Just put that over the top. So you can feel that. Hello Marie. Is it too late to grow California poppy seeds? I've done some last month, they've not come up. Oh, I'm not sure on that one. Were they kept watered well, or sometimes they might have... Were these out in your garden? I guess it could have. We've had some quite dry weather. They might have dried out. You can. I'll give it a go because things do catch up. Yeah. So there's a parsley, a nice warm pot there, and I'm going to put a little ladle on that, and then hopefully we'll get some nice parsley coming through like that. So warm water. We've been really successful. I've been saying this to all the members. Really successful with our parsley this year. I was in your greenhouse. Like, yeah, okay. It has been very warm. It's not, keeping them well watered, or it's kind of a fine balance between not over watering and not watering enough. But give her a bit of patience. You know, 'cause it's definitely been warmer sort of last week or so. But it was a bit cooler before that. So yeah. Oh, hi Janet, nice to hear from you. Oh, hi Ben, how are you? Yeah, okay, so that's our parsley done. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to go out into the garden, we're going to have a look at a few herbs, and then we're going to go and sort of layer this parsley that we like to do. But if you've got any questions, it doesn't have to be about gardening, you know, do say. Oh, you're not too bad, Ben. Nice to know that. So I'm just going to flip the camera around. Again, I'm sure you don't want to look at me. There, we're going out the polytunnel here. It's probably a while from you all, since you've all been here. I'll just give you that. There you are. There's the log cabin where we all have our tea and stuff, isn't it? Let's just have a look in there. I haven't looked in here lately. There we go. That's all. Oh, I think all you can see is a reflection. So that's the. So beware floor very slippery when wet. Well, it's all very dry at the moment. There's the woodwork area. I know Rob likes working up there. And that's a lovely rose, which we can't remember the name of, but it's beautiful. And that was planted actually in memory of one of our members called Gary Rose. Very nice gentleman he was. We'll never forget him. So we're just going to have a look down here, show you some herbs we've got growing. So we do have a herb garden here Growing Together Westcliff, but it's not looking quite so good at the moment. We've got a bit of box blight, but hopefully when everyone gets back we can do a lot of work on it. So we have here, sort of on our vegetable plot, we have a little bit of a herb section here, which is quite near the building, so that anybody's in the kitchen can come out and take a few herbs. So here we've got some lovely chives, yeah. They're starting to flower now, and the bees really like those. They're nice. I think they're a lovely colour when they come out full. Miss Woodwork, yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I'm missing all you as well, and I think we all miss each other. You know, it's been a few weeks now, hasn't it? Yeah. And here we've got some lovely fennel. Again, this is quite good as a garnish. Quite sort of strong sort of aniseed taste that has. So we've got some more chives. Lovely. And then here we've got some lemon balm, as I showed you earlier. And then here, oh, I'm kneeling down in the gravel here, not particularly ladylike. We've got this herb that some of you are not quite familiar with. This one is winter savoury, and it's got quite a nice, yeah, it's a bit like thyme. Yeah, it's a winter savoury, and this is hardy, sort of evergreen. You do get a summer savoury, but that's kind of grown more as an annual. So if you want to have some of this, I'd recommend the winter savoury. And so this is, I remember one of our members works in the kitchen quite like this. He added it to one of our dishes, and you will see they're all in a nice little sort of a rustic looking box here. Let's step back. Look at a box which is made out of an old pallet. So you've got sort of, it's a couple of planks of wood there, and then he's using that bit there to support it. It hasn't got a bottom on it. And this was made by, I think, a couple of people that are watching this afternoon. The Robs, I think they made this, and it's really good. And it's like just a good way of containing your herbs. I actually made, I was so impressed with the job they did. I made one for myself, put on my allotment, and very pleased with it. I was. So yeah, we're all sort of missing things like housekeeping, gardening, aren't we, Ben? It's yeah, but it's going to be really nice when we all do get back together. So we've got lots of things going on. We've got all these live sessions, well-being things, skills, gardening obviously, and we've also got the chat rooms now for members, so you can join in on those. But if you've got any other ideas, things you want to do, then do let us know. And if there is anywhere in the garden you want to have a look at today, just let me know, and I can whiz around there with my phone. So if we're coming over here now we've got some rosemary here, yeah, which we're just by the compost toilet. I'm sure you wanted to know that. And yeah, we've got some lovely rosemary. So this is very nice with lamb also, and I know I had it with my Christmas dinner with roast potatoes. Very nice, just gives a nice bit of a flavour. Just put a few sprigs in there with some olive oil, so it's very nice. So what we're going to do with this, we're going to try and sort of propagate it, make some new sort of plants out of it, yeah. And you can do it by sort of using sort of semi-right cuttings in the summer. That's where you sort of take sort of bits of the stem off and put them into separate pots. But sometimes people haven't got the facilities to be able to do that, which is someone going past there. I don't know if you can hear them. Yeah, you can use cuttings, but they might dry out if you haven't got a good place to keep them. So I'm going to show you how to sort of do a stem layering with them. Okay, so I'm just going to... so what we need to look for is really kind of long sort of the dangly bits that can be pushed down towards the ground, yeah? Because what we're going to do is we're going to set it up into this pot here, into this pot, yeah? Yeah, so there's some people outside the fence there. I don't know if they're listening to me or not. Yeah. Oh, hi Georgia. I'm very well, thank you. So I've got a pot here, and if you see this one, it dangles down quite a bit. Yeah, so that's quite a good one to use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the camera around. You can see what we're doing here. Right, I'm not very good at it. I don't know, Monty Don, I don't know how Monty Don does it on Gardener's World. He's really good. So, I hope you can see this. I don't know. So we've got a nice long stem. Now I've got a pot here that we're going to lower it into. What you can do, you can actually if you've got the soil, you can actually put it straight into the soil. But sort of our soil's right over here, and it's got a membrane there, so I can't really put it into that. So I'm going to put it into this pot. So what you do, nice healthy bit, and we're going to sort of bend it in like that and put it into the pot. So what we need to do you take all the leaves off in the bit that's going to be sort of underneath the soil. Yeah, so we're kind of wounding it really, and that will promote the roots to grow. So I'm just going to take some of these leaves off in the middle. Hope you can see this all okay. You might hear quite a bit of traffic today. There's a lot more going on than there was, and builders are working away. So I've kind of removed the sort of leaves and the bit I'm going to bend it into. Yeah, okay. Alright, what I'm going to do, I'll make a bit of a hole to get my little trowel over here. Bit of a hole. I will be washing my hands after this, be rest assured. There we go, nice bit. So nice healthy stem, a nice sort of bit where the things are. And what I need to do with this, actually going to wound it a little bit. So what I'm going to do is scrape off some of the bark. You can do this using a knife, but I think it's just as if you use your fingers. So I'm just going to scrape it off. It's just so you can see the green on the stem. So kind of wound it, and that kind of promotes the roots to grow. Stuff like that. Take that off. This is where I get mucky fingers. Yeah, wound that off. So just scrape a little bit of bark off, and then I'm going to pop that in there. And I'm going to bend it in, and I cover it up with a bit of soil. Look, and it pops up again. Oh dear. There we go. And then what you do, so make sure it's got covered with soil over it, and then what you've got to do, find a stone or something laying around, and then pop that over the top. And then hopefully that should stay in place. No, my luck, it'll probably ping up again, won't it? So, and then what you need to do with that is just water that in. So I'm just going to move back a bit, water that for you. So I've given that a good soak, and then that will probably stay. I mean, you can probably have a look in a couple of months' time, see if there's roots forming on the bit there. I tend to, when I do this at home, I tend to leave it for about a year. So in a year's time, I come back, and then what you do, sever it off the stem here, and then this will be the new plant. Yeah, so that's a really good way of making new plants. Obviously, keep this watered. I find it quite helpful to put it in a pot, putting it straight into the ground, because you can see where it is, and you know someone's not likely to pull it up. But that's what we call sort of stem layering, and I'm going to put a label on that, like a rosemary. Hopefully no one digs that up, but hopefully by putting a label on it, it'll be a bit more obvious to pop that in there. So that's one way of making new plants, so it sort of saves money as well. So that's it. Has anyone got any questions out there? Yeah? Yeah. What have you all been up to? I mean, is anything good? Yeah? See anything good on television, or anything good happening out in the local park or gardens? Yeah? I'm saying thanks to everyone who's been, contributing to our sort of Facebook pages. It's really good. Yeah, and say, it's for you. So anything you want to talk about, just put a post in. Yeah. Okay, I'll just turn it around. Just have a little look around, and I think we're going to go and have a. Oh, we bought a hot tub. Oh, someone's bought a hot tub. Wow, that sounds good, doesn't it? Oh. Have a look around. It's nice. Have a look back. So there's the building work going on. So I'm not sure they're doing their social distancing, but maybe they've got special precautions in place. I don't know. Maybe they're all related to each other. I don't know. Oh, it's boring sitting indoors. Well, yeah, we'll say, take part in everything that, TrustLink's providing. And so the good news is, as from tomorrow, you can go out more than once a day for your sort of exercise. So you'll be able to go to the park, go down to the seafront, or whatever you fancy doing. So, yeah. I mean, most people have got some park quite near to them, so I thoroughly recommend that. And, know, get out and about. You know, hopefully, you know, obviously we'll all get back here as soon as we can, but it's one of those things, isn't it? So what we're going to do now is oh, hi Lisa, nice to hear from you. Hope you're well. Yeah, we're going to go and we're going to go in with the chickens. We've got some, lighting on, I've got some lovely mealworms for them. I have already had some mealworms today. I'm sort of spoiling them a bit, really, aren't I? Hi Lisa and Rob. So has anyone got any questions about herbs or anything? You know, does anyone grow herbs at home? I'm sure some of you might have done. Certainly, it's nice to grow things because if you can't get out much, it's always nice to grow something. Oh, there's our lovely chickens. Right, I'm just trying to shut the door. Hey, hi Marie. Can I layer my sage I grow? Yes, sage is a good one you can layer. Yes, so give that a go. Just the same process as for the rosemary, Marie. Yeah. So I've never actually layered sage myself. So give it a go and let me know how you get on. That would be great. Right, you can see they can't see any chickens. That's because they come right up by me. Yeah. Oh, Ben says he's got baby blue tits. Oh, wow, that's amazing. How many have you got? You know, just say keep an eye on them. So you haven't got a cat, have you? Because you've got a dog, but yeah, keep an eye on them. Oh, that's lovely. And see if you can get some pictures of them. Right, these chickens are right by me and you can't see them. There they go. Maybe let's turn the camera around again. There they are. They go after the... Oh, it's really hard with these chickens. I can't sort right. Let's go back again. I'm going to throw the mealworms down. 10. Oh, that's a lot of blue tits. Yeah, that's amazing, Ben. I've never heard of that many. Yeah? Wow. So, where are they nesting, Ben? Have you got a little bird box or they just one's visiting from someone else's garden? Wow, that's got to be a record, I reckon. Well, as far as I know. I'm not an expert on these things. Oh, look at our lovely chickens. Oh, the chicken is coming right up to me here. You can't see this. I think you need someone filming me, filming the chickens, because I think that might be quite entertaining. Off we go. Oh! What it does, I think like a few mealworms. They're getting very friendly, these chickens. What can you do with box blight? Well, I've been thinking about that very thing this morning because we've got a big problem here at Growing Together Westcliff, and it kind of sort of started hitting last year. I mean, it's a difficult one because I mean they say leaving it is probably not the best thing. It won't get better, but try and sort of cut out the bits that are starting to go, and then making sure any sort of leaves that drop on the floor that you pick up, yeah, try not to sort of, you know, if you do cut it, make sure you disinfect everything you've sort of touched with it. But it's a difficult one, you know. I'm not an expert on it, but you know, it seems, you know, we've kind of started removing bits last year and we don't seem to have sort of cured our problem here, and it seems to have got worse. It's an unfortunate thing, you know. I know on Gardener's World they had a lot of box plants, and I think they dug those up. But maybe we need to speak to Tracy, because on a garden session last week she had a lovely box plant and looked very nice. Yeah. But if anyone got any good advice on box blight, you know, please let us know. So it's a fungus that's sort of really infested box plants in recent years, and it seems to have hit this area last year. Right. That's it. There's lots of mealworms there. So they're all looking very healthy. So we do think we've got a fox sort of hiding under the woodwork area. So we're kind of hoping the chickens are going to be all right, but keeping an eye on them. And I actually saw a fox go under the log cabin sort of the week before last, so there's lots around. There's turkey. Yeah. Oh. I'll just let you listen to them for a couple of minutes. Jules, so yeah, I don't think I've that much help, Jules. It's a horrible problem, and they look like devastated, don't they? And you know, they're so lovely, box hedges, when they're green and lush. And how do you remember their name? The chickens, I can't remember their names, Georgia, I have to admit. I mean, I know the turkey, because this one is grey, and we've had her a long time. The others had little rings on their feet, but they've sort of come off, so it's quite difficult to identify them. And they keep moving around, but they are slightly different. I think Vanessa is the one that's slightly darker, and I think that is Vanessa there. But then we've got sort of Henrietta, Chicory, and Fleur, so I do get them a little bit muddled up. But listen to it. It's lovely listening to them. So if anyone is really interested in herbs, there's a sort of very nice sort of garden, well, it's up in London, called the Chelsea Physic Garden, and obviously it's not open at the moment, but that's thoroughly recommended if you want to look at soil plants for sort of medicinal, culinary purposes. It's thoroughly, I know a couple of my colleagues have been there, and it's a lovely place to go to. But obviously you can come and look at lovely herbs here growing together when we're open. Oh, well, the chickens are lovely, aren't they? But I think, you know, it's almost out of mealworms now, so I think this time we'll have to say goodbye to them. So I hope you have a nice week. It looks like we're going to I'll be here next week. Yeah, I'll be back with you next week. So if there's anything you want me to show you next week, do let me know, and keep sending your photos and stuff onto Facebook, because we really enjoy that. And so I hope you have a really lovely week. So if you are feeling down, want someone to talk to, you know, always give the office a call, and I'm sure someone will be able to have a little chat with you. You don't have to have a specific reason to call that. Sometimes it's just nice to talk, isn't it? So anyway, so I will leave you now. So it's a goodbye from me, and it's a goodbye from the chickens. Goodbye.